I'm not in my usual spot. I'm actually at home visiting my mum in Germany. It's kind of a bit of an impromptu trip because at the end of this week we're going on sort of like a yoga meditation retreat together, and it kind of made more sense for me to just come here for the week, and then my mum and I are going to drive up together this weekend. So yeah, I only really have like a couple days to be at home and explore. Brought a couple knit things with me to do while I'm here, because especially when we're away this weekend, I'm hoping that it will be like a really nice knitting focused getaway for me, but I can't actually really work on any of them. So I brought this scooty with me, which I'm making mostly to add photos to the knit pattern to send out an update, but I've done everything literally on the way here. Like the last bit of this I photographed on the train, and I don't really want to wear this as a short version, I want this as a long version, so I'm going to frog the short scarf and like redo the scarf sections, but I don't actually have enough yarn with me to do that either, so I only have like this amount of the brown and the green, which are the main colours. So this I'm just going to take home as is. And then I lost one of my mittens last week, so I only have this one left, and I really wanted to knit another version and also then write down the instructions for the mittens so I can maybe do a pattern for this. However, the weirdest things happened. So I brought the yarn that I used for the original mittens, which is the Hobbycraft lead of the pack. This is the exact same yarn, the exact same colours. It just works out so much bigger. So I did a couple versions. This one is down 5mm needles, which is the smallest I can go. And I don't know if you can see how much smaller the stitches are on here. I have never washed these, so they couldn't have even shrunk in the wash. I personally would presume that they would be more likely to stretch out as I'm wearing them than shrink in, but because I made these like 2 years ago, I just think that the yarn has changed. It is a very likely option, so I can't make another mitten with this yarn. I'll have to just take it back as is as well, and I'm gutted because I won't be able to like fully replicate this mitten. I obviously can just like mismatch the mittens, but yeah, this is gonna be the only one that I've got. So my plan is to head to the yarn store, buy some kind of yarn that I can use to make these mittens. I've got my gauge written down that I need to look out for, and I also want to buy some yarn to make another one of my Heidi cardigans. I started a beige one at home, but the yarn that I use is sold out everywhere. It's not on my local yarn stores. I checked to every single online shop that I can find, it's sold out. So I obviously need to wait for that to come back in stock, but I don't know how long that will be. So I'm gonna buy yarn to start a fresh cardigan here, and I think this would be a really good project for me to take away this weekend as well, because it's like a large enough project and it's easy enough where I don't need to like concentrate massively. I've also been meaning to buy more project bags. I really like these ones that my mum got me. They're this brand. They have loads of these like different sized bags and I love them, but I need more because I always have a lot of projects on the go, and especially now that I'm working my cardigans, I need a really big one. And I randomly found this Bagoo zip bag, and it obviously like folds down really small, but it bunches out really big as well. So I'm so happy with that. I just thought I'd share that if you're also looking for project bag. I think it's called the 3D zipper bag or something like that, and they again come in like 3 different sizes, but this one's the largest size and I love it. Hello, I am back with a haul. Basically the first yarn store that I went to, they only have Lana Grossa yarn for some reason, which is fine because it's nice yarn, but it didn't have like as much variety of like the same kind of yarn, if that makes sense, because obviously like one yarn brand will only carry so many of this certain type of wool. So I got this winter softness, which is 62% virgin wool merino extra fine and 38% cotton. This one I wanted for the cardigan, and I worked up a swatch in the coffee shop, so this is what it looks like. I haven't blocked it, and I'm really taking a risk here by working up a whole cardigan without blocking it, because this feels and looks a little bit like it could possibly felt, and I don't love that, obviously, so I will just have to be super careful when I wash this. It's just that I'm kind of like tight for timing and I really want to cast something on, so I got as far as for some reason I finished this mid-row, so it's a bit hard to show you but I've done the bottom ribbing, the bottom hem, and then I forgot to this part. So I've got 6 skeins of this. I think I need 8, but I can always go back once I feel like I need a bit more. So I went to a different yarn store and they had this brand. I've never heard of it. It's obviously, it must be like a German brand. Yeah, it's a German one, and they had lots of really nice yarn, all kind of like discounted, and I went for this one, which is 40% wool and 60% acrylic. Now I don't actually want to work with acrylic that much anymore this year. I'm doing it with these because the original mittens are 80% acrylic, I think, so this is a bit more of an even balance. I think I'm all right with working with that, and the gauge on this is spot on for what I need, and I really like the feel and the look of this kind of yarn, so that's what I'm going to try and do the mittens with later at some point. I definitely think I'm going to go back to both of those yarn stores at some point once I have a better feeling for how much room I have in my luggage, because I do think the yarn is slightly cheaper here, and also just being able to like buy it in person rather than have to order things and pay for shipping, I can just like try out some, and most of them I will be able to then order more of in the UK. I'm going to go visit my dad the rest of the day, so I'm going to probably do a bit more knitting on the train there and back, but I'll probably check in with you guys again tomorrow. Good morning. It is in fact the next day. I did a tiny little bit of knitting on the train yesterday and when I was at my dad's. Also, I got this bag at the charity shop last weekend. It's a 100% leather bag. I got it for £12. So this instantly became my travel bag and it fits so much in. I love it. This is where I'm at with my cardigan. You stretch it out a bit. I'm kind of doing the last stretch of doing the back panel. So I kind of need to think about what I'm actually going to do at the cafe, because I'm making this cardigan so I can take photos of it for my pattern, and I need to take like a fully flat lay photo of this when the back panel's done. So I only have like 40 more rows to go, I'd say. So it depends whether at the cafe I have a good spot where I can take photos. If not, I am also going to bring the yarn that I showed you yesterday, this one, and my one mitten as an example to see if I can maybe cast on the mitten and then like write down the instructions as I'm knitting that. This is basically the last full day I have at home, which is such a shame. It's been a very short visit. So I think I am on my way home going to pick up some of the yarn that I spotted yesterday. I'm going to head to a different cafe this morning. I'm going to go grab a bagel and a coffee, and then I'm going to go back to the cafe that I went to earlier and maybe stay there until my sister finishes work, and then we could head back together and then do some yarn shopping, come back here, do a bit more knitting, and yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you updated. It's actually been a very productive morning. I didn't get to take any photos of my cardigan, which to be honest, I didn't think I would. The back of this cardigan was like larger than a table in the cafe. So like I would have literally had to put it on the floor to take a photo, and I'm not that crazy of a person. But this is what the back of the cardigan looks like. There's some slight shaping for the drop shoulder, but it's pretty much just a rectangle. The yarn is growing on me. I am really looking forward to giving this a block and seeing all the stitches kind of even out a little bit more. And then obviously the only thing that I really was able to work on is the mitten that I wanted to recreate. And I basically knit an entire mitten. I just got the sizing wrong a little bit. Well, not the sizing, I think my gauge is just a little bit too big. I used a 5mm needle, but I think I could have gotten away with a 4.5mm just because it's like a little bit wide around the edges, but everything else is pretty good. With this mitten, the original one, the thumb is a little bit short and the top is a little bit short, so I wanted to fix that, and this now fits my hand perfectly. Like, this dip is really nice and snug in here. I'm pretty chuffed with having made another one of these. So I got 2 skeins of the wool Addicts yarn. It's a 90% merino extra fine virgin wool and 10% nylon. I got it in a cream and a brown. I think this would be a really nice stripe. I mean, I don't really have enough of it to make a bigger thing, but at least I can try the yarn whilst also having a bit of fun with some stripe. Then I got the Lang Merino 200, just 100% extra fine merino. Just felt nice, and I don't have a lot of grey tones, so I really like this sort of grey. And then I got the Lang Carpe Diem, which is 70% merino and 30% alpaca. It has that lovely sort of softness and slight fuzz that I find alpaca always brings to a yarn blend, and I like this sort of navy and very slight blushy cream together. I don't know what I'm going to do with any of this yarn, but at least I have some to take home and to try out, and then I will hopefully be able to like order more of them if I want to make something bigger. I think for now I'm going to take the photos that I need to for my pattern and maybe cast on another mitten. I'm very much in the mitten sort of headspace now, so I just want to make a few tiny changes to get this pattern correct. I am once again in a different location. We've just checked into the hotel for the yoga meditation retreat, and it's insane. Like, look at this view. It's looking right out onto the sea, and then this is the hotel room. My mum and I thought we were sharing, but we got our own, which is so cool, but it's very minimal. I haven't looked at the bathroom yet. That's nice as well, look at that. So yeah, I'm very excited. I attempted to do some knitting while I was in the car. I have a habit of getting very car sick, so I didn't know how successful I'd be with that. It was fine for like the majority of the way, but then we got stuck in traffic, and then it was like the stop and start kind of traffic, and I had to put it down. So I didn't do any knitting for the last hour, but I finished this mitten this morning. So for this I actually went down to a 4mm needle, so it's much smaller, but like the tension of it is much nicer, and I made some changes to like some cast on cast off methods, and I seamed it together differently this time as well, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm just so used to, I can't find it, but I'm so used to the blue mitten that I've had for so many years that it just feels a bit strange to have this one, but this does actually fit a lot better. So in the car, and for this one I'm actually making the thumbs like 2 stitches wider or longer. I'm going to see what my mum is planning to do. I think she needs to park up the car, and then definitely going to be working on my mitten. And then I have a pair, and then I can wear my mittens this weekend and walk along the seaside. That is the dream. come for a little walk and I cannot even express how quiet it is. I'm also wearing my knitted mittens. So cute, they're so warm. It's beautiful. There is the hotel. I keep thinking about that episode in Fleabag where they go to the silent retreat, because it's kind of got the same vibe, really. And I'm on a mission to go look at the lighthouse over there. I'm gonna head downstairs for the last hour and a half before dinner, and I'm going to continue working on my cardigan. However, I realised I won't be able to take my phone with me with the pattern on it, so I just had to write it down. I can't really show you because it will give away the pattern, but it's written down on here. So I'm going old school. I'm taking a piece of paper with me. I finished the front piece of the cardigan, so I can show you what it's going to look like. This cardigan is going to look like this black one, but it's a bit longer, which is, it's supposed to be a bit longer. The gauge for this black one turned out a bit too small. But yeah, because I'm taking photos of it, I can only really do like a section at a time, and then I need to find a good spot for it to take a picture of it. But I definitely should be able to do the other front panel and then all the hems, like the button bands and stuff like that today. We can use our phones again today downstairs. Like, I don't really want to, so I've put my phone on airplane mode so I'm not getting distracted, and then I can take a few more like photos and stuff, which is good because I do want to show you because this place is so nice. I keep looking out into the sea. It's slowly drawing back in, so I think before yoga at 10 I'm gonna go for a little walk again outside, just past the sea, and then yeah, we've got an hour of yoga, then a little workshop, and then meditation, the whole shebang. I never thought I could just sit still for half an hour and meditate, but I'm obsessed with it. I slept like a log last night. Usually I do not fall asleep unless I'm reading until my eyes are shut. Last night I managed to do one page and I fell asleep. I cannot tell you the last time that I fell asleep that quickly and that I slept that deeply. I feel like I'm in Big Brother because I always show you like montages of what I do, but then I have to come back to my room to give you the rundown. Honestly, haven't made much progress with my cardigan. It's also so awkward to show you because, as usual, I'm keeping it all on one needle, but it's only like this bit that I've done today. I literally just finished a half-hour guided meditation like 2 minutes ago, and I feel amazing. This place is crazy. Like, I never thought I would be able to meditate for like an hour and a half plus a day, and it feels like the easiest thing I've ever done in my life, and I feel so content and happy within myself. The sound bath thing that we did today at the end of yoga, oh my god, it was amazing. Like, I have already looked at whether I can book in for some more sort of sound bath sessions when I'm at home. I felt that throughout my whole body. I've really felt it in my jaw. I still feel like my jaw is very tense. It's just from the sounds. And she did it so well. Yvonne, who does the yoga, she's amazing. And she said that she feels really passionate about the sound bath thing. And you could tell, like, it was insane. If you are into like ASMR and stuff like that, which I really used to be, I used to only be able to fall asleep listening to ASMR. I don't really anymore, but it felt like that. Like, it felt like tingles throughout my whole body. It was insane. It was amazing. I feel so zen. I'm gonna go down, find a sunny spot, do some more knitting, and yeah, wait till it's dinner time. What a life. I am living the life. I have run out of yarn, which happened a lot quicker than I thought it would. So I got as far as this today, but I need to buy more yarn when I'm back at my mum's place, and I think I'm gonna get like 4 more skeins, and I think hopefully that should be enough. We just had dinner, which was beautiful. The food here is incredible. It's been a long time since I've eaten this well, and I think also because you spend obviously the first 50 minutes in silence of the whole meal, you kind of take in the tastes and the smells of everything very differently. I'm heading to the last meditation in 5 minutes, and if I'm anything like last night, then I think I'm gonna go straight to sleep after that. So I might end the day here. I'm excited for the last few hours here tomorrow morning before we head back home. It's time to go home. I actually considered extending my stay at my mum's for like another week, but I'm glad I didn't in the end. I'm quite happy to go back home, back to reality. I wasn't really planning on doing like such a travel-y kind of vlog about the weekend. I didn't expect it to be this nice. I already booked in for a sound bath for when I'm home on Sunday, and it's like a 2-hour session of like an hour of yoga and then an hour sound bath afterwards, and I'm so excited for it. And I also paid for a sound bath at a different studio in February, so needless to say, I am obsessed with sound baths now. Who knew? I think if I was to do it again, this kind of like silent retreat
vibe, I wouldn't take my knitting stuff because I do think I cheated ever so slightly. Obviously, knitting and crocheting is my job, and I would never want to like complain about that because I love my job. Like, it's not like I was working on my laptop, you know, it's a different kind of work that I'm doing. But I definitely think it works as a distraction from like the boredom you would feel at a silent retreat. In that way, I feel like I cheated, and I think it would be interesting to see where you haven't got any books to read, any knitting to do, and you literally just have to deal with yourself in that boredom. I'm excited to get back home, finish off some of my projects that I started, use up all the wool and yarn that I bought here. I can't believe I was able to fit everything into my suitcase, to be honest, because I'm definitely bringing home more than I brought here with me. Thank you always so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Germany vlog, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.